Have you ever sat up at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering, why does my body feel like it's giving up on me? Not in a dramatic way, but in the small, quiet ways that only you notice. Maybe your back feels heavier these days. Maybe your knees sound like popcorn when you stand. Maybe you're always tired, no matter how early you sleep. Maybe your arms go numb when you sit too long, or your legs swell by afternoon. And every time you mention it, someone says, "Oh, that's just age." But deep down, you're not sure that's the whole truth. You go to the clinic. They run a few tests. They say everything is normal, but you know better, because it doesn't feel normal to carry pain like luggage. It doesn't feel normal to live in a body that used to move with ease, and now moves like it's walking through mud. So you try painkillers. You try stretching. You try ignoring it. Still, the tightness lingers. Still, the fatigue won't go. Still, something inside says, this isn't just old age. Something's stuck. Now, imagine this. What if the issue wasn't in your bones or muscles, but in your circulation, in your nervous system, in the toxic load your body's been quietly carrying for decades? What if there were a simple, natural, time-tested way to release it? To let your body breathe again? That's what cupping therapy might offer you. Not magic, not a miracle, but a gentle nudge to wake the body up again, to get your blood moving, to unclog those invisible blockages, to release the old and invite the new. As we age, the body doesn't always scream. It whispers, it hints, it pleads for help in quiet symptoms, the ones you've been ignoring. But listen carefully, because of those whispers, they might be trying to save you from something deeper. In this video, we're going to walk through 10 powerful reasons why cupping therapy might be exactly what your body needs right now, especially if you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond. We'll talk about the science behind it, the history behind it, the benefits most people don't even know about, especially for seniors. And stick with me till the very end, because reason number 10 might completely shift how you see aging and how you treat your body from today forward. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried cupping before? Let's start a conversation in the comments. Type yes if you've tried it, and no if you haven't, and be honest. Your experience might help someone else take the first step toward healing. And if you care about aging with strength, peace, and dignity, go ahead and hit that like button. Then subscribe to this channel, Elderly Healthy Wisdom, because around here, we believe aging doesn't have to mean suffering. It can mean wisdom, it can mean healing, and it can still mean joy. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Now, let me tell you a story. There's a man named Mr. Charles, 68 years old. He spent most of his life working with his hands, fixing cars, gardening, carrying things for his grandkids. But one day, he woke up and couldn't raise his arm without wincing. His right shoulder felt like it was glued shut. Doctors called it age-related wear and tear. They gave him painkillers, a few exercises, and for a while he managed, until he didn't. The pain grew deeper. Stretching didn't help. Lying down made it worse. Even sleep became a problem. Then someone recommended cupping. He hesitated. Cups on my back? What's that supposed to do? But he was tired, not just physically, but emotionally. So he tried it. One session. One. He didn't expect much, but halfway through the treatment, he felt a release. Not dramatic, not instant, but real. The tension that had built up, silently, slowly, finally let go. Not completely, but enough to remind him of what life felt like before the pain. Now, what really happened in that session? Cupping works by creating gentle suction on your skin. That suction pulls blood to the surface, not just anywhere, but directly to tight, inflamed, or sore areas. It signals your body, hey, we need healing here. And your body listens. It increases circulation, relaxes stiff muscles, flushes out waste that's been stuck in your tissues, and allows oxygen, real nourishment, to reach those tired spots. Here's what many people believe. That pain is just part of getting older. But here's the truth. Pain is your body's language. It's how it asks for help. And yes, some discomfort is natural with age. But constant, daily pain? That's not normal. That's a sign. Too often, we accept suffering as the price of aging. But what if the pain isn't because you're old? What if it's because you're stagnant? Stagnant blood, stagnant energy, stagnant healing. Cupping helps unstick that. It gives your body a second chance to do what it's designed to do, heal itself. So here's my advice. If you or someone you love is struggling with shoulder pain, knee pain, back pain, don't just cover it with pills and hope for the best. Seek out a certified cupping therapist, ideally one who understands elderly care. Many of them offer gentle techniques specially suited for older adults. You might be surprised at what one simple session can do. Even if it doesn't erase the pain completely, it can bring relief, ease, and hope. But listen, pain isn't the only reason to consider cupping. Because sometimes, the real danger isn't what hurts. It's what goes unnoticed. Let's talk about your blood circulation, and why your hands might always feel cold, why your feet swell by evening, and what cupping can do about it. Shall we continue? Let's move to reason 2. Improved blood circulation and detoxification. There's something no one tells you about getting older. You don't just feel tired. You feel stuck. Stuck in your joints. Stuck in your energy. Stuck in your thoughts. Let me introduce you to Ms. Irene. She's 72, retired nurse, sharp mind, gentle soul. But for months, she kept feeling cold, even in warm weather. Her fingers would go numb when she held a cup of tea, and her feet, swollen by midday, almost every day. She went for tests. The results? Nothing alarming. But Ms. Irene knew something wasn't right. She said, "It felt like my body forgot how to move blood." Then she tried cupping. Not because someone forced her, not because she was desperate, but because her granddaughter insisted. "Grandma, you've tried everything. What's one more thing?" She gave it a shot. 1 session. She felt light. 3 sessions. She felt alive. Her hands were warm again. The swelling in her feet dropped dramatically. Her energy, which used to flicker in and out, came back like a steady flame. Here's why. As we age, circulation slows down. The highways inside your body, blood vessels and lymphatic channels, start collecting traffic. Cells that need oxygen don't get it fast enough. Organs that need cleaning hold on to waste longer. And toxins that should leave linger too long. Cupping is like a traffic controller. It opens up the roads. It tells your blood where to go. It tells your lymph, your body's drainage system, to start moving. The suction draws fresh, oxygen-rich blood to the surface. It nourishes your skin. It feeds your muscles. And it signals your liver and kidneys, time to flush things out. Now here's a big misconception. People think detox only comes from teas, juices, or fasting. But for seniors, especially those on medication or with chronic conditions, those trendy detox methods can actually be dangerous. Liver overload, blood pressure drops, dehydration. The risks are real. But cupping? It supports your body's natural detox, the way it was designed to work. No chemicals, no starvation, no strange herbs, just blood moving, toxins releasing, and energy returning. So if you've been feeling sluggish, if your skin looks dull, if you feel like you're carrying something heavy inside and you can't explain why, don't ignore that. You might not need more supplements. You might just need flow. Find a cupping therapist who understands your age and your body. Tell them how you feel, and give your circulation a chance to do what it was meant to do. Heal you. Because when your blood flows, everything changes. But we're just getting started. Because circulation is just one part of your body's defense. Now let's go even deeper. Inside your immune system, the part of you that fights, that protects, that's been quietly losing strength. Let's talk about how cupping can help wake it back up. Now let's look at something your body depends on, even more than energy or movement. And that's your immune system. Reason number 3, boosted immune function. Let me tell you about Mr. Hassan. He's 70, retired teacher. For years, he was the type who caught everything. If a neighbor sneezed, he'd be coughing the next day. Every flu season, like clockwork, body aches, fever, fatigue. And it wasn't just colds. He noticed small cuts took forever to heal. Even mosquito bites would swell up badly. He started wondering if something deeper was wrong. Doctors checked his blood. No major problems. Just the usual line. Well, that's how it is when you get older. But then Mr. Hassan tried cupping. Once a month. That's it. 1 session every 4 weeks. Within 2 months, he noticed something different. No colds. No runny nose. No sore throat. Even when his grandkids brought home their school germs. His body was responding faster. Stronger. Calmer. So what changed? Here's what most people don't realize. Your immune system isn't just in your blood. It's in your skin, your gut, your lymph, your entire system. And when your circulation is poor, when toxins build up, When inflammation becomes chronic, your immune system gets overwhelmed and underpowered. Cupping stimulates your immune response in two important ways. First, it boosts the activity of your white blood cells, the soldiers of your body. When cupping pulls blood to the surface, it sends a signal to the immune system. There's something here that needs attention. So more white blood cells show up, ready to clean, ready to repair, ready to protect. Second, it reduces chronic inflammation. Now, let's pause on that for a moment. Because chronic inflammation is like a fire smoldering under the surface. It doesn't always hurt, but it drains your strength. It weakens your organs, and it silently chips away at your immune defense. Cupping calms that fire, not by force, but by flow. Now here's a common mistake. People think the only way to boost immunity is to take more supplements. Vitamin C, zinc, elderberry, and yes, those things can help, but only if your body can absorb and use them properly. If your circulation is sluggish, if your detox pathways are clogged, if your immune system is too tired to respond, no amount of pills will fix that. Cupping doesn't replace healthy food or rest, but it gives your body the support system it needs to defend itself. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to do it every week. Even once a month can make a real difference, especially during the colder seasons, when viruses are everywhere. So if you're someone who gets sick often, if every little infection hits you hard, if your body feels like it's always fighting something, it may be time to strengthen the system inside you that's been doing its best to protect you all these years. Give it some help. Give it some love. Give it some cupping. Because when your immune system feels supported, you feel stronger. You feel safer. Now, let's imagine something more peaceful. Because so far, we've talked about physical pain, circulation, and immunity. But what if cupping could help you with something even more personal? What if it could help you finally get a good night's sleep? Let's talk about that next. Reason 4, better sleep and reduced anxiety. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's about healing. It's when your body repairs itself, clears out toxins, resets your mind, and builds strength for the next day. But for so many elders, sleep becomes a stranger. Let me introduce you to Evelyn. She's 74. Sweet lady. Very active. Always had a gentle smile. But something changed. She couldn't fall asleep. And when she did, she'd wake up 2 or 3 times every night. Sometimes with her heart racing. Sometimes just lying there, staring at the shadows on her ceiling. She tried warm milk. She tried lavender sprays. Eventually, her doctor gave her sleeping pills. At first, they worked. But slowly, she began to feel groggy in the morning. Her memory felt cloudy. And the anxiety? Still there. Then she read something interesting. That cupping therapy could calm the nervous system. So she booked a session. Not for pain, not for circulation, just to sleep. They placed the cups gently along her back and shoulders. She described it like this. Like someone pressing pause on all the noise in my body. That night, she slept. For the first time in weeks, she drifted off. Not from exhaustion, but from peace. So how does this work? Cupping stimulates something called your parasympathetic nervous system. The part of your body that says, "It's okay. You're safe now. Let's relax." It slows your heart rate. It eases your breathing. It melts tension in your muscles. Tension you didn't even know you were carrying. It's like turning down the volume in your mind. Now, here's what most people think. If I can't sleep, I just need stronger medication. But that's a slippery road. Because pills may knock you out, but they don't give you restorative sleep. And they come with side effects, especially for older adults. Grogginess, memory fog, falls. All of that increases your risk of injury and mental decline. Cupping, on the other hand, encourages natural sleep. No chemicals, no drowsiness the next day. Just a calm, relaxed body ready to rest. So here's what you can do. Try a cupping session in the late afternoon, around 4 or 5 p.m. That way, your body has time to unwind before bed. Let the tension drain. Let your mind slow down. And give yourself permission to rest, fully, deeply. Because sleep isn't a luxury. It's a foundation. And you deserve nights filled with peace, not restlessness. But don't go drifting off just yet. Because as wonderful as it is for sleep, you won't believe how cupping affects your digestion. Let's talk about that. Next, reason 5, improved digestion and gut health. Let me tell you about Abdul. He's 67, and like many older folks, he battled acid reflux. Every night, burning in his chest. Every meal, followed by bloating, burping, and discomfort. He tried antacids. He cut back on spicy food. He even ate dinner before sunset, hoping an early meal would help. But nothing really worked. And the side effects of constant pills? They started showing in other ways. Constipation, nutrient loss, more fatigue. Then he came across something unusual. Abdominal cupping. He was skeptical. Cupping for the stomach? Isn't that just for back pain? But he was tired of the cycle. So he gave it a shot. Gentle cups were placed around his abdomen. Not painful, not invasive. Just a soft pull across the skin. After just a few sessions, something changed. His acid reflux began to settle. The bloating after meals? Less and less. His belly felt lighter, calmer, like it was finally cooperating. You see, digestion isn't just about food. It's about blood flow. It's about nerve signals. It's about whether or not your gut is getting the support it needs. And as we age, that support starts to fade. The muscles in the gut slow down. The enzymes reduce. Even your stomach lining becomes more sensitive. Cupping helps by stimulating internal organs, especially those involved in digestion. When you cup the abdominal region, you increase blood flow to the stomach, intestines, liver, and pancreas. And that blood carries oxygen, enzymes, and healing power. It also stimulates the vagus nerve, one of the most important nerves involved in digestion and relaxation. Here's the problem. Too many people believe indigestion is just part of old age. They chalk it up to just the way it is. So they accept the gas, the discomfort, the irregularity. But here's the truth. Your body might be aging, yes, but it's also capable of adjusting, repairing, and relearning how to function well, if you give it the tools. And cupping? It's one of those tools. So if you deal with constant bloating, sluggish metabolism, constipation, or reflux, don't just reach for another over-the-counter pill. Consider cupping. Even gentle abdominal cupping once every few weeks can wake things up. It won't replace a healthy diet, of course, but it supports the whole system, from your mouth to your stomach to your gut. And that can mean smoother digestion, more comfort, more energy after meals instead of exhaustion. Now let's take it a step further. Because what happens after digestion, in your joints, your muscles, your bones, can often be traced back to a silent villain: inflammation. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the stiffness in your knees, the ache in your fingers, the way your joints swell up like balloons. Let's talk about how cupping might help you fight back. But just when you think that's the end of what cupping can do, it reaches even deeper. Because what if I told you that the very inflammation destroying your joints, the same silent force behind arthritis, swelling, and bone decay, might actually be reversible? What if a simple cup, placed in just the right spot, could turn back the clock on decades of hidden damage? What if the pain you thought you'd carry forever isn't yours to carry at all? We're only halfway through the journey. There are 5 more reasons. 5 powerful, little-known truths about cupping therapy that most doctors won't tell you. And reason number 10? It might just change the way you see aging. Forever. But that's coming in part 2. So here's what I want you to do. If any part of today's message touched you, if something deep inside whispered, "This might help me," then please, like this video. Share it with someone you care about. Maybe someone who's been quietly suffering. And most importantly, subscribe to Elderly Healthy Wisdom right now, so you don't miss what's coming next. Because part 2, it's not just helpful, it's personal, and it might just be the healing your body's been waiting for. Until then, listen to your body, honor its whispers, and prepare for what comes next.